Welcome to Module 1.1, Principles of Tendering and Procurement. This course was developed as part of a project, Community-Led Designs for Specialized Housing in the North, which received funding from the Housing Supply Challenge Getting Started round. However, the views expressed are the personal views of the author, and CMHC accepts no responsibility for them. This course is also being offered in partnership with the Faculty of Community Services at Toronto Metropolitan University and Wausau Distance Education Centre. By the end of Module 1.1, you'll be able to answer the following questions. What principles are important to keep in mind when planning for procurement, awarding contracts, bidding, and closing contracts? What can the good, cheap, fast concept tell us about tendering and procurement trade-offs? There are a few key principles you need to keep in mind during the tendering and procurement process. Fairness. All suppliers should be treated equitably, without discrimination, and without imposing unnecessary constraints. Required qualifications for suppliers, such as financial capacity, insurance requirements, and technical capacity, should be proportionate to the project's size and complexity. Tenders should be assessed based on clear, consistent, predefined evaluation criteria. Transparency. Procurement information should be publicly available to all interested parties consistently and promptly through readily accessible and widely available sources at reasonable or no cost. Value for money. Procurement decisions should be based on the maximum efficiency, effectiveness, and benefits associated with the purchase through its life cycle. This is done through an evaluation of costs, benefits, and risks. Other non-price attributes or life cycle costs should be considered as well. Price alone may not necessarily represent value for money. Integrity. Funds, resources, assets, and authority should be used according to the intended purposes and in a well-informed manner, aligned with the public interest and with broader principles of good governance. Serving community or public interest. The highest standards of professional competence, efficiency, and effectiveness should be demonstrated to uphold and strengthen community trust. This also includes maximizing the use and development of local labor and resources. Tendering and procurement trade-offs. This is a problem that we face all of the time in everyday life. One example of balancing competing values in everyday life is described as the iron triangle that you see here. And this is described with the saying, good, cheap, fast, and you can only pick two. Procurement is not always that straightforward, but there is some truth to this. Saying that all of the values that we saw on the previous slides are equal leads to an impossible result. Instead, there has to be values that are prioritized, and those values lead to specific outcomes that are described in a simple way in this diagram. Here are the references and resources we used throughout this module. If you would like to learn more about any of the topics discussed, please refer to the resources and references here.